Hi children, welcome back to our EVS class. So last week we saw about our different agriculture crops. So today we are going to continue with development in agriculture. Okay. So as you know, in ancient times farmers used animals and simple tools, okay, like plow, sickle, spade, etc. in farming. Irrigation was also done manually. So in this picture you can see, okay, so the bullocks are used for plowing, okay, but now you have tractors and modern machineries, okay. So a lot of changes have happened in the agriculture sector over a period of time. Many modern machines are used by farmers these days, okay, and government is also bringing out various schemes to help them. So what are they doing? They are providing loans, okay, with very low interest rate and are made available to them to buy land and equipment. Okay. There are also cooperative societies of a region which generally take care of these needs of farmer. Okay. So now farmers are using high yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides. Okay, in ancient times they used only the seeds what they had. Now they are going for high yielding variety seeds. Then what do they apply? Fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, etc. Okay. So they have also replaced plow and animals with what are they? Tractors and combined harvesters. Okay. For what? Quick and easy plowing and harvesting. Okay. Now you're going to see about another term which is called Green Revolution. What is it, children? Green Revolution. Okay. So it was a movement started in 1970. Which year it was started? 1970. Okay. So which made India self-sufficient in food production. Okay. So this movement was started in 1970 and it made India sufficient in food production. That movement is called your Green Revolution. What is it called? Green Revolution. Okay. So now we are going to see about our next topic which is called livestock. Okay. So what is livestock? Animal rearing. Okay, that is domesticating animals and looking after them. Okay, that is called your livestock. So it is an important part of our agricultural activity. So many domesticated animals, okay, for their products and also to use them for moving from one place to another. So what are the important domestic animals? Look into the book and tell me, children. Yes, cows, buffaloes, goat, oxen, camels, sheep, horses, donkeys, mules and dog. Okay, so they are all your important domestic animals. And each of them are useful to us and serve us in different ways, isn't it? Are everybody giving the same product? No. Okay. So first when you take your cattle, what does cattle give us? Yes, milk. So cattle gives us milk. And also we get milk products from cattle. So what are the milk products that we get? Curd, cheese and butter. Okay. So it is an important question. What are the milk products that you get? Curd, cheese and butter. Okay. Now the next one is bulls and oxen. So what is the use of bulls and oxen? Yes, they are used to plow the field. Okay. Now oxen, horses and bulls are also used to pull carts in order to carry goods to market or many places. Okay. Now what is the next one? Sheeps are raised to get wool. Sheeps give us wool. Camels are used to carry goods and people from place to place in desert region. Okay. So in our villages, farmers occupy themselves in both agriculture and animal rearing simultaneously. Okay. This type of occupation is called mixed farming. Okay. So what is mixed farming? That is doing agriculture along with animal rearing. Okay, both agriculture and animal rearing are done simultaneously. This is called your mixed farming. So in this, what do they do? The animal waste is used as manure for the land, and the crops or the fodder that you get from the field is used for animals as food. So both are benefited. Okay, so cow dung is used in villages to produce biogas. You know, gas, we have LPG gas, isn't it? So in the same way, in olden days or in villages where cows are available, they use it to produce biogas, which is a renewable and cheap source of energy. Okay, so this agriculture and livestock is adding progress to our country. Okay, now did you see a small points here? Do you know? So this is important one words. Okay, so we'll read it once. Just listen carefully. First one, Punjab is called the granary of India or India's bread basket. So which is granary of India or India's bread basket? Punjab. Okay. Next one, Andhra Pradesh is India's second biggest producer of rice. Third, Karnataka is the largest producer of coffee in India. Fourth, Rajasthan is the leading producer of edible oil. Okay, and it is also the biggest wool producing state in India. Okay, and fifth one, just India is the world's largest producer of milk, cashew nut, coconut, tea, ginger, turmeric and black pepper. Okay, and we learned what is Green Revolution, right? So who is the father of Green Revolution? It is Professor M.S. Swaminathan. Who is the father of Green Revolution? Professor M.S. Swaminathan. Okay, so thank you children. Take care, be safe and be happy.